That thing just looks so good. Look at that hole. I mean, I can see it in person, but sometimes when you look at it through the camera, you're just like, Jesus. I don't even know how it can rust that bad. Holy shit. Check it out. I am very happy with it. What's up, it's Casey from Caseyscustoms. We are back on the 1969 Blazer. In this video, I do a ton of metal work and basically build a firewall from scratch. Let's get to it. All right, Dad helped me get the top off. She's topless, baby. Everybody looks good with their top off. Yeah, boy. Richard's gonna do something with that clip, I'm sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. There's a million things I need done. I was looking at the beautiful engine parts from Holly, and I want to get those installed, but naturally my OCD is bugging me. If you've watched any of my other videos,
double kill.
You know that this body line that they don't have on the Blazers drove me crazy. Well, we fixed that, baby. That's perfect. But the tailgate has that line now because even though we did raise up the bed sides, we did not raise the tailgate. So I'm probably going to do that right now because it's bugging me as I'm looking at it. And I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that just yet. I think I could technically move the whole tailgate up, but then that's going to mess up my bumper. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this shit. I might just cut it and add another top section, 1.5 inches to make up for the gap. I don't know. I need to do that. We still need to make some better body mounts because right now that's all just temporary shit and it doesn't look good. And I need to actually mount the body to the mounts that are on the frame. Like I said, you don't want just square tubing sitting on top of a frame. You want a proper mount. And I have all the mounts that I cut off. So I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. We got a million things to do, but I'm leaning towards the tailgate because it's really bugging me. I don't know. You're going to see what happens in the next second for sure. The OCD is winning. I mean, we all knew that's what's going to happen. Let's raise this up so we don't have a giant gap. I think I might just take more of that square tubing and bend it around the top. That might look better and it'd be a hell of a lot stronger. I don't know. Let's start cutting some shit. So let me tell you a little lesson on being impatient. I'm the most impatient person you'll ever meet, and I'm trying to fix this tailgate to match my bed sides. I don't have the right size piece of metal. I have the right size, but I only have 4 foot of it, and I need a 6-foot piece. I looked in the shop for 20 minutes, can't find a piece. I'm like, okay, you know what I'll do? I'll cut that piece in half and then weld it back together, and instead of being square tubing, it'll be angle iron now, and it'll look great. And it just, I've spent an hour trying to make this work, and it looks like absolute dog shit. And here's the funny thing, the steel supplier is like 2 blocks from my house, but I know I'm not gonna get it instantly. I'm gonna have to order it and wait and then pick it up. If I would have done that over an hour ago when I knew I didn't have the right piece, I would be so much farther along than I am right now. But I just fucking hate stopping what I'm doing to go get something. We've all been there when like you're getting ready to weld and then you realize you're out of argon and you have to go to the welding supply store, get argon. I fucking hate stopping. I almost just deleted all the footage I started today, and I was gonna just start from brand new and be like, hey guys, we're gonna start working on the motor because all the cool stuff Holly sent us. But no, I'm gonna admit to myself that I'm just being an impatient little princess. I need to get my shit together. I need to go down to the steel place, get the right metal so it looks good. It'll look better. It'll be stronger. That's just what I should have done in the first place. But I'm just kind of venting out here. Even when you know it's the right thing to do, but you just don't want to stop working, it still can end up biting you in the ass. So just go do the right thing. All right, let's go down to the steel place. All right, great news. Ran down to the steel place. They are cutting that piece for me now. So I'm going to have that in probably 20 or 30 minutes. What I am going to do while I am waiting on them, I'm going to go ahead, pop this hood off, and we are going to check out all these parts. These are supposed to be the parts that they sent me for the Monte Carlo, the same ones, but I haven't looked at them, so they could be a little different. We're going to find out together. Okay, so 2 things. 1, god damn, look how good that stuff is. Ooh. Oh. Now, I remember why I stole these parts originally for the Monte Carlo, because the underhood on the Monte Carlo looks perfect after we switched all this stuff. Although, I do have the timing off a little bit. I might have to tweak the distributor, blah, blah, blah. God, it looks good. Here's the second thing, though. Your boy completely forgot about how bad this firewall is. So, I don't know that prettying up the engine is the most important thing right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting this firewall up and replacing it with new sheet metal. And then depending on how far I get with that and tailgate, then we're going to see how much of the prettyifying of the engine we will do. But god damn, I forgot how bad this was. Oh man, I'm barely gonna use any of that. Maybe up to this corner. In reality, it'd probably be easier just to remake it all, but I don't know, that might also be harder. Yeah, we're gonna start digging into this and cutting some bad metal out, and we're gonna see what we're left with. I legitimately forgot about all this, and I was like, man, this engine's gonna look great by the end of this video. Holy shit, man. All right, let's get to cutting some shit. Damn. Check it out. Got the living shit cut out of the firewall. Also hopped in the 55 and went and grabbed my tailgate material. So this is a slow day, but it ended up being productive at the end. I got a damn funeral to go to, so we're gonna call her there for now. Bada bing, we finally got the right metal. This matches my bedside. It's gonna be perfect. I only needed a 6-foot piece, but naturally I went ahead and bought a 20-foot stick. So I'm gonna start getting this prepped. And I think what I'm going to do, whenever I cut it, I am going to leave the edges long so I can wrap it around that edge and it'll look really good. But yeah, let's get to cutting some shit. Check it out. I got the edges cut. And what I'm gonna do is weld this, obviously weld this, because we're shaving the tailgate. I think I said that in a video or two ago. If I didn't say that, I'm saying it now. Because we have such a big C-notch and it's gonna be laid out, there wasn't gonna be much of a bed anyway. I'm gonna end up turning this into like a, basically the bed will be back here. And you put groceries, golf clubs, shit like that, but it's never gonna have like a full bed anyway, so don't care about the tailgate. Also, it's so low, I mean, it's up to my knee. Anyways, I want to get this perfectly level. I want to make sure it doesn't wobble on me because I had this side up and then that side was down. So I got to take care of that. And then once I get this tacked here and I make sure this edge is good too, then what we'll do is we'll beat this around with a hammer and then just, I want to follow that curve perfectly. Basically got it where I need it, and I absolutely love how it looks all smoothed out like that on top. I wasn't sure how I was going to play this, and I'm really liking how this is coming out right now. But I don't know, let's get to welding it and see what we can do. Fun fact, I got the GoPro mounted to the welding helmet. I don't know, it might be kind of cool. It might be stupid and you won't see anything, but we're going to give that a shot. And then after I get it all welded up, we will start doing some grinding and shape it up a little bit better. Okay, got it all welded. Went ahead, beat it around the edge. If you look straight down, I haven't even started grinding yet. That's where you really get your shape, is when you grind. Excuse me, sir. Please stop pissing. Man, that AC is gonna have to get switched out. But whenever I get to grinding it, that's when I'll get my real shape in there, but it looks pretty damn good. I am very, very happy. Also, funny story. So we are late night jamming, working on the C10 today, or tonight rather, it's like midnight. Today was my grandpa's funeral, and the only reason I bring that up is because there's a bunch of friends and family. You know how funerals are, you just get everybody together, and there was 100 people there, and 50 of them were fans of the show, which is, you know, it's cool, it's family. Here's the problem. 40 of them were old ladies, you know, just respectfully. I had more 60 to 70 to 80-year-old women telling me that they absolutely love the channel. And I apologized to every single one of them. And I said, I'm so sorry, I cussed so much. And there was a lady, I believe her name was Debbie. It might've been Beth, I'm sorry, I met a bunch of different people. But she told me she actually loved that I cussed because she could tell I was being myself and I wasn't, you know, pretending to be somebody else. So that was fucking cool. And I was not expecting to hear that from a 75-year-old woman, but I did. So sometimes funerals can be interesting. All right, let's get back to work. That's enough. Check it out. Oh, I'm very happy with how this came out. Oh, yeah. Damn, that looks good. Also from the top, just looks so much cleaner this way. Looks really strong, too. I'm very, very happy. Okay, I was starting to look at stuff. There's just so much shit that needs done on this build. But the other day, I started tackling the firewall rust, and I think I'm going to go ahead and continue with that. Just so much. I mean, the fact that I laid all this shit out like 2 days ago, and I was like, look at the beautiful stuff from Holly. We're going to get to installing it. And I completely forgot about literally the biggest hole I've ever seen in a goddamn firewall from rust. The only good news is that I have a lot of sheet metal, and I'm a sheet metal worker. The other thing is the driver's side isn't quite as bad. I won't have to replace all of it. We're still going to have to do some rust repair, but I don't have to literally cut it out like this. But yeah, I mean, how do you forget about that? I mean, I know how you forget about it. You have like 7 projects going on, and just, you know, I had the hood on, so I wasn't looking at it. But holy shit, that's a big ass hole. Big ass hole. I'm going to keep cutting this away, and then I'm going to start grinding the paint off so I can figure out exactly where the rust stops, and then I'll know where I can put my piece of metal. And yeah, it's nasty, and just, it sucks, and there was so much rust, but just gotta keep cutting, and hopefully we find something solid. You could actually make a case for just doing a whole firewall swap, but this build was never, we're not trying to get that far into it. So yeah, let's just keep cutting. Okay, I got, look at that hole. I mean, I can see it in person, but sometimes when you look at it through the camera, you're just like, Jesus. So, I got everything cut out. This here, this rusty shit will actually end up getting cut out too, but I'm leaving it there for now so that I can get my piece fit up. And then once I have my piece on there, I can get it on there for some structure, and then I can actually cut all this out from the inside of the cab. So it's going to stay there for now while I get my piece there. I'm worried if I start cutting all that out too, there's just going to be nothing there to even hold this thing up. But as you can see, it's essentially just cut completely out. And I'm going to start getting my piece figured out. Here's what's funny. That's the piece I cut out originally, and I saved that because I was like, oh, I'll use that as a template. Well, that's not much of a template. There's nothing even there. I mean, maybe this, no, yeah, maybe that, yeah, no. We're just gonna get a giant piece of metal and start trimming it. Also, before I start cutting my metal, normally in this situation, I would use CAD design, cardboard aided design, and get it in there, get the piece of cardboard fitting how I like it, transfer the piece of cardboard over to the piece of metal and cut it out. Unfortunately, I do not have a piece of cardboard that big, and you can take smaller pieces and tape them together, but then it's just kind of a flimsy pain in the ass. It's good to have one big piece, and I do not have a piece of cardboard that big, so we're gonna do the old-fashioned way and just trim a big piece of metal and then come over here and trim it, and then come over here and then trim it, and it takes forever. So that's what we're gonna do. So I got this piece fitting very well. It's exactly like I want it. And I have screwed it in. And some people might look at that and go, why would you do that if you're going to weld it in? Because I need to pull this piece back out. Since this is a firewall and it's kind of a structured piece, there's obviously bigger structures than just the sheet metal I cut out, but it still needs to have some rigidity to it. And just a normal piece of sheet metal is kind of whippy. Yeah, it might be easier to show you on this piece over here. So, normal piece of sheet metal is, even though this is 18 gauge, which is pretty heavy duty, just got a little bit of whip to it. So what we're gonna have to do is bead roll some designs in there, or, you know, something you can do in X. You can do whatever you want, really, but whenever you bead roll something into a piece of metal, it really adds a ton of strength. So that's what we're gonna have to do. And the reason I screwed it in this way is because whenever I pull it out, whatever I do to it bead rolling, it's not gonna matter. It will go back in where these holes are. So I know it's all gonna be straight. What I'm gonna do now, while it's on the truck, basically measure straight up and down. So whatever design I do, I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet. I know it's gonna be level. I've done this before where I get this piece in here and I go, oh, perfect. That's going to be what I use, you know, for my firewall patch. And then you go and you do some bead rolling on it, and let's say you're doing straight up and down lines, and since you didn't mark anything, they're like just a little crooked, and it'll drive you crazy. So what I'm going to do, after that, I'm calling it a night because it's currently 2:30 in the morning, but while it's in there, I'm going to measure everything straight up and down and then also side to side. Just get some horizontal, you know, and vertical lines in there. That way, whenever we decide what we're going to do for our design, it'll be square. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was thinking it'd be cool to kind of just go around the whole shape with like one outline. I don't know. I'll probably look up some stuff tonight and see what we'll do tomorrow. But yeah, let's get some lines on there and call it a night. Check it out. I broke out the level on that ass. I got my lines perfectly level both ways, up and down. So whenever we pop that piece out tomorrow and bead roll some designs in there, they're going to look good. I like doing that when the truck is, you know, sitting on the ground so that I know everything is going to look good. Whenever the hood's open and you're sitting at a car show or whatever, I know it's going to look perfect in there. So very, very happy. Got a lot of shit done today. And there's just still so much more to do. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, also, I think I'm going to order some trailer fenders. I think I might have one down at my other shop. Whenever we do this tomorrow, I'll bring it. And I think I'm going to probably maybe start grafting some of that in there too. It's certainly not important right now, but might be time to start kind of figuring out how we're going to do that, because I do want some sort of wheel well in there, or inner wheel well. Yeah, I'm rambling. It's so late.
The next day.
All right, it's the next day. I'm getting ready to pop that piece out of the firewall. We're going to take it down to my other shop, do some bead rolling. But I forgot I had these cut out the other day. These are the fish plates for the Supernatural Impala. And then these are rear bag brackets on the 69 Blazer. But those are simple, you know. But that's what we're talking about. I made that I got that cut out of stainless steel so it'll stay shiny and not rust. And I'm thinking we try and do some sort of like bead rolling around that so it kind of like pops out a little bit more. So we're going to take this with us too and yeah, measure out. I still don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll design it when we get down there. This thing needs clean. Check it out. We are down at the other shop, and goodness gracious, that thing is like sex on wheels. Oh, so happy, so happy. Also, we're going to be starting this thing up really soon. This thing has a monster motor in it, 6.2 aluminum LS. Woo! And we're actually back on this one. I haven't been doing much with it in forever, but we're back on this one pretty good. I had the motor running, I think, 2 weeks ago. So exciting. As you can tell, the Porsche is gone. We did a giveaway on it, I think, 2 weeks ago. And now it's just like I have so much room for activities. I'm going to put the bead roller right here in the middle because I don't have anything coming in yet, for a little bit at least. So yeah, we're going to take up the space while we have it. Check this out. I'm getting ready to start finalizing the design I'm going to do. And I made a speech yesterday about how I wanted to level everything in the car so that whenever I had the piece out, you know, I wouldn't have to question what's level and what's not. And let me show you a perfect example of that. This, to me, if I was just to hold this piece without my reference, that is straight. That is how, you know, that's how it should go, because you see the curvature of the firewall. But since I have those lines in there, I know that's not right. It may sit in the car that way, but being level, you know, to the ground is those lines I made. So that was actually really important. I just realized it as I was holding it up. I was like, oh, wait, why is it crooked? It's not crooked. The piece doesn't sit in there perfectly square because our rust is just everything. So in the car, it's actually just a little bit, you know, tweaked a little bit. But those reference lines are really, really good to have. This would have been completely ass crooked if I wouldn't have done that last night. But let's figure out what we're going to do for this design. I know I want that in there somewhere. I just don't know how I'm going to pull it off just yet. Okay, I got it figured out. That's probably a little bit above my pay grade because I'm not the best bead roller, but fuck it. The only way to get better is to ruin some pieces. So let's give it a shot. Man, I actually pulled this shit off. It's hard to see because I got all the black lines on this side. I'll get it to the other shop and sand it down, but check it out. You can see it better from that side. And then we'll have that Caseyscustoms logo on the inside. Ooh! Oh, I'm excited. Let's go get this thing installed. And also, check this out. Look how much more solid this piece is. It's not flimsy. It's not anything. Bead rolling is really, really important when it comes to sheet metal work. 18 gauge is pretty damn thick, but whenever it has bead roll in it, it's basically like 12 gauge. Cool. All right. Let's weld some shit. Also, just look at that. Damn, I love that car. Check it out. The 57 Chevy in there had quarters. We're gonna go get this thing washed. I couldn't believe it actually had quarters in the glove box, or in the little ashtray. Okay, check it out. I spent a little bit of time, got this sanded. I had some scratches from the bead rolling dies I wanted to get out of there. It looks really, really good. It's kind of hard to get the shadow part on video, but this is gonna go right in the middle. And originally I was thinking I could tack weld it on there. I was trying to just figure different ways to do it. I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld a couple of bolts on the back of it. And then what I can do is actually space it out a little bit so it'll actually be raised, you know, like a 1/4 inch. I think that'll be cool as shit, especially if this ever gets painted. You can really see that stick out. Instead of just having it stuck in there, it'll actually come out a little bit. Just give it a little more depth. Naturally, this is just a giant pain in the ass, and I'm spending entirely too much time on one piece, but I think it'll look pretty badass. So let's do that. We might have to break out the TIG welder because this is pretty damn thin, but I'm gonna try it with the MIG welder first. Let's see what happens. Check it out. I got this panel done. All I gotta do is drill a couple holes and finally get it mounted, which is awesome. What is that noise? There's something humming. Humming or rattling? What is that shaking? It's coming from that drawer. What is going on? Holy shit. Oh my God, it's back! Oh, Pinky, I haven't seen you forever. We gotta check the charge level. Oh, Jesus! What kind of crazy sociopath would put that back with a full battery? I can't even touch this thing. Holy shit! Okay, listen, we're gonna delete this. Richard, delete this shit. Don't show this, don't show this. There, we'll just use my normal drill. Okay, I made a few calls, and some people are going to show up and take care of that. I cannot believe it has 80% battery. That's just scary. I might as well be standing next to a nuclear reactor right now. Here's where you find out if you drilled your holes wrong, and I did. And I did. And I actually did. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, let's try that again. Check it out. Oh man, that looks so freaking cool. This is literally just a patch panel for rust. It doesn't need to go this hard, but I love it. What I was gonna do originally was put this piece in after I got it welded, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just gonna be welding around the perimeter, so I don't think it's gonna hurt it very much, but let's see. If I start seeing weld sparks get near it, I'll probably pull it off and then bolt it back in. But for now, we gotta weld this baby up. Holy shit, spent entirely too much time on this, but it does look cool. Shit. Air conditioner's taking a piss. Check it out. I just got it welded. It looks Jesus, buddy. Excuse me. Got it all welded up. I'm going to hit it with the grinder real quick now to kind of just clean it up a little bit. Apparently, I am just interrupting this guy. Also, it's hard to talk. It's 2:30. It's another 2:30 night. Also, fun fact, it's currently 2:30 a.m. Monday morning. So, Richard, I am getting him this video last minute. I mean, very last minute. But, you know, he's a cop, so he's kind of the enemy now. I'm just joking. I'm joking. This looks good. I'm going to hit it with a grinder real quick. And then what I think I'm going to do, since we're not going to have time to install all these parts, I do want to go ahead and open up my gas tank. I got a brand new gas tank for this that's specifically for a Blazer, so it's all the way in the back. The original tank, I think, on this was either in the cab or it ran along the side. I can't remember. I think it was in the cab. But, yeah, so I want to go ahead and open that and see what that looks like. I don't know how much I'm going to get done to it because we ended up doing, you know, 25 hours of metal work in this damn video. But, you know, shit happens. Let's grind this off and see how it looks, and then we'll open up our gas tank. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I ordered that gas tank like 3 months ago. So we need to make sure it's the right part. They're kind of crooked, but that's not too bad. I'm not even sure if that's how that's supposed to go in there, but that's how I'm gonna put it in there. Sweet! Bro, between the air compressor kicking on and the air conditioner taking a piss, I mean, what's going on, boys? Come on, holy hell. Check it out. It is done. I am very happy with it. I gotta do a little more welding down here, but I'm gonna do it whenever this tire's not on. But, considering how horrible this firewall was, and I didn't even think I was going to have to replace the whole thing at a certain point, but that came out really good. Also, whenever this is painted, the contrast on this is going to look awesome because, as you can tell, it sticks out about a ½ inch or so. So it's kind of raised, and it's even with, you know, this dimple goes in about a ½ inch or whatever, 3/8 of an inch. It just looks really good together. So I'm very, very happy how it is. It just takes forever, but that's pretty goddamn cool. I like that. So I popped the gas tank out. It looks okay. I thought I had everything with it. Like, for some reason, I thought it came with the filler tube and the fuel, all that shit, and nothing's in there. So whatever. Either way, I got to looking at it, and there was just a little brace in there. So because this was originally a truck, I don't know even what that brace did. I cut it out. This fits in there absolutely perfectly, which is awesome. Let me show you. I mean, that is great. It doesn't get any better than just like sitting in there. And it's on this lip all the way around, which is super strong. That's a lot stronger than like an actual strap. So I'm very happy. But I'm going to double check because I don't know exactly how this thing is supposed to mount. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. It might go from the bottom, but I mean, you can technically do it however you want. I just want to double check it, but very happy. I thought that was going to end up being a whole thing, but it took 2 seconds. So good video. Got a lot of shit done considering I had a funeral and a visitation and all the other bullshit that goes on with that. And we still got a bunch of stuff done. I'm really, really happy with how this bed looks, man. We are just building some cool shit around here. I always wanted a bagged C10. I've had bagged C10s before, but I never had one laid out. And I mean, that thing just looks so good. And now when you get back here, all the line is perfect. The body line just looks great. Oh, that is a cool looking truck, man. I'm very happy. Okay, we're calling that a video. I got 1,000,000 hours in, and Richard is gonna have to edit this one in a hurry. I am very, very happy with how this came out. It's hard to see the depth in the video, but it really, really looks good. And also just the way that whole back end is looking. I mean, she is just really coming along. I love this freaking build. I have 1,000,000 things to do on this one. I have 1,000,000 things to do on several of the builds here in the shop right now. Do me a favor, comment what project you want to see me work on next. What I did with this one is I did a vote on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I said, what project do you want to see me make my next video on? And I think 38% was the Blazer, so it ended up winning. But The Supernatural Impala was like 35%. It was right next to it. So let me know what you want to see next, and I will get on it. I have a ton of really cool projects in the shop, and I'm just really excited about it. It's going to be a ton of fun this summer. We are really building some awesome shit right now. If you are not already subscribed, hit that button now. If you are subscribed, but you don't have your post notifications turned on, and make sure you click the bell. That way you'll get notified every single time I post a new video. For the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com. I got a couple of new colors in on these hats. I'm really a fan of these hats. We also got some really cool shirt designs coming up, so stay tuned for all that. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff they tell you to do at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace. I love ya.